Students, in the previous video session, we have learnt about charging a capacitor and we have got an equation for that. I'm not going to derive it again because we have done it in the previous lecture itself. So directly I'll be writing the equation: charge accommodated on the capacitor plate Q of t will be equal to Q naught into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, where tau is equal to CR. Right? This is the equation which we have derived in yesterday's lecture. Now, in this case, clearly you can understand if time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, that is initial state, what would happen? You can substitute t is equal to 0 in this above expression. So Q of t will be equal to Q naught into 1 minus e power minus 0. This is Q naught into 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. Therefore, initially the capacitor plates are not being charged over there. That's very important thing you need to remember. So that is point number 1. Capacitor plates initially, when they are connected to the battery, it is not being charged. Point number 1 to be noted is initially capacitor is uncharged at a time t is equal to 0. Just after switch is closed, it acts as a conductor. That means you can replace the capacitor with a conducting wire when just the switch is being closed. Now, after some instant of time, at any particular time, what would happen is the charge on the capacitor goes on increases. Like that, once the capacitor is being fully charged, it get complete accommodation of the charge. That means at a time t is equal to infinity, you do not know at what time it get fully charged. So I am considering that time as infinite time. You can just replace Q of infinity is equal to Q naught into 1 minus e power minus infinity. So therefore Q at infinity is equal to Q naught into 1 minus 1 by infinity. E power infinity will be equal to infinity. Something by infinity is 0. This is equal to Q naught. So at t is equal to infinity, it is called as steady state. At steady state, capacitor is fully charged. As it is completely charged, it cannot accommodate still extra charge. That is the reason why this capacitor acts as open switch. So at steady state, like at t is equal to infinity, capacitor acts as open switch. Capacitor acts as open switch at a time t is equal to infinity. At time t is equal to 0, it acts as conductor. At time t is equal to infinity, it acts as open switch. Now coming to case 3, let us consider at a time t is equal to tau. What is tau? Tau is equal to CR. That means at time t is equal to tau, what would happen? Q of tau is equal to e Q naught into 1 minus e power minus 1. So Q of tau will be equal to Q naught into 1 minus 1 by E. 1 by E is equal to 0.37. Right? So you can substitute that 1 by E value over there so that you can get Q of tau is equal to Q naught into 1 minus 0.37, which is equal to 0.63 times Q naught, which is Q of t. That means tau is equal to CR. This is known as relaxation time. It is known as relaxation time. After relaxation time, capacitor is charged to capacitor is charged to 63% after one relaxation time. Okay, so this is what these three important points you need to remember. At time t is equal to 0, capacitor act as wire. At time t is equal to infinity, capacitor act as open switch. At time t is equal to tau, capacitor is being charged up to 63%. Similarly, you can calculate how much time it take to get half of its charge to be filled. That means you can take q naught by 2 is equal to q naught into 1 minus e power t by tau. So taking this value, you will be getting time taken t is equal to tau into log 2. So that means in order to fill the capacitor charge to half of its fullest value, it take this much amount of time, right? And remember that in the initial time, charge on the capacitor is 0, but current in the resistor is maximum because this capacitor act as a conductor. After final time, that means at steady state, capacitor act as open switch. Therefore, finally, current in the circuit will become 0. Therefore, in this case, you can write Q is equal to max, I is equal to maximum. And in this case, at time t is equal to infinity, I is equal to 0. So at steady state, no current flow in the circuit, whereas at initial state, that is just switch is being closed, current in the circuit will be maximum throughout this CR series circuit. Now, do you have any question to ask in this? If you have any questions to ask, I'll clarify your doubt. Any questions in this? This is not yet completed. We need to even plot graphs also for charge and as well as current and as well as voltage. Make it fast, make it fast. If you don't have any doubt, then you simply answer me no doubt so that I can move on to the next. Okay. So this is very, very important topic. Why it is important mean? So students, we already have equation for Q of t, where Q of t is Q naught into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. In order to find out current in the circuit, just I am integrating that expression with respect to time. So if I integrate this total, you will be getting equation I of t is equal to I naught into e power minus t by RC. This is the expression which we have got for time taken t. Now at time t is equal to 0, e power 0 will be equal to 1. Therefore, current in the circuit is maximum. And when time t is equal to infinity, current is 0 across the resistor. Now you can find out voltage across the resistor and voltage across the capacitor. Voltage across the resistor at time t is equal to 0 is equal to e power 0. E power 0 will be equal to 1. Therefore, VR is equal to I naught. I naught is the maximum current. Therefore, VR is equal to maximum. Maximum current will be there in the resistor at time t is equal to 0. Next, when you are calculating voltage through capacitor is Q of t divided by C. Take that Q of t, substitute in this expression so that you will be getting V naught into 1 minus e power minus t by RC. Just substitute t is equal to 0. E power 0 will be equal to 1. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, voltage across the capacitor will be equal to 0 at a time t is equal to 0. Clear? This is very important thing you need to remember. Now clearly you can observe that voltage across the capacitor and voltage across the resistor is variable with respect to time. So as time increases, there will be decrease in the voltage across resistor. There will be increase in the voltage across the capacitor. You can plot those graphs. And next thing is, at some particular instant of time, say at t is equal to tau. What is tau actually? Tau is equal to RC. That means t is equal to RC. That is after one relaxation time. After one relaxation time, what would happen to this charge and everything? Let us write down the equation. Q of tau is equal to Q naught into 1 minus e power minus 1, because t is equal to tau, denominator is also tau, so it is e power minus 1. E power minus 1 is 1 by e. This is equal to Q naught into 1 minus 1 by e. But remember that 1 by e is equal to 0.37. 1 by e is 0.37, right? I can substitute that over here. So Q of tau is equal to Q naught into 1 minus 0.37, which is equal to Q naught into 0.63. So what does it mean? It means that at t is equal to tau, capacitor gets charged to 63% of its final value. Remember that. So when time, after one relaxation time, the capacitor gets charged to 63% of its final value. Suppose if capacitor has a value of 100 microcoulomb charge, it's a charge, maximum charge it can store is equal to 100 microcoulomb. After one relaxation time, it gets charged up to 63 microcoulomb. Okay, that is after one relaxation time. Similarly, you can take t is equal to tau in the expression for v of r and as well as I of t and v of c. You can just substitute that over here. So what do you get here in case of v of I of tau is equal to I naught into e power minus 1. So this is I naught divided by e, which is equal to 0.37 I naught. What does it mean? After one relaxation time, current in the circuit get increased to current in the circuit is being decreased to 0.37 I naught. That means 37% it get remained in the final current. The final current in this circuit will be 0.37 I naught. That means it is decreased to a value of 37% of the maximum current in the circuit. That is I of t. Next, V of voltage across resistor after one relaxation time. What you will do? Simply it is I naught, or I naught into R. Actually, this I naught into R, you can write it as V naught. So simply I will write it as V naught into e power minus 1. This is equal to V naught divided by E. It is 0.37 V naught. Similarly, V voltage across the capacitor is equal to V naught into 1 minus e power minus 1. This is equal to 0.63% of V naught. So across the capacitor, the voltage dropped increases to 63%, whereas across the resistor, voltage dropped decreases and the final value across this resistor is 37% of the initial voltage. So these are the values you need to remember, and remember that 1 by E is equal to 0.37. So wherever you are getting 1 by E, you can substitute 0.37. So after one relaxation time, what is happening to capacitor? It is being charged to 63%. What happens to current in the resistor? It is decreased to 37% of the maximum current. And what about voltage? Voltage in the capacitor increases to 63%, whereas voltage across the resistor decreases to 37% of the initial value. But overall, the total voltage dropped across the resistor and capacitor will be equal to voltage supplied in the circuit. Now let us plot graphs for charge, current, voltage across the capacitor. So we are plotting graphs only for capacitor, not for resistor. So now in case of charging, what would happen? As we know that initially charge on the capacitor is 0. Initial charge on the capacitor is 0 at time t is equal to 0. And as time goes on increases, what is happening to the capacitor charge? Capacitor charge increases with respect to time, and finally it attained the value of Q naught, and Q naught is the maximum charge attained on the capacitor. Okay, and after one relaxation time, say some t is equal to tau, what would happen? The capacitor is being charged up to a value of 63% of Q naught. The capacitor is being charged up to a value of 63%. That is after one relaxation time. After two relaxation time, what you will do? Simply take 2 tau at the time t is equal to 2 tau. Just substitute 2 tau over there. You will be getting one more expression for the charge on the capacitor. Next, here let us now plot graph for current across the capacitor. Now, as we know, when time t is equal to 0, what would happen to capacitor? Capacitor act as a conductor. Therefore, there will be maximum current at a time t is equal to 0. Check it up. T is equal to 0 here. I is equal to I naught. That is maximum value. As time goes on increases, charge on it increases, current on the capacitor goes on decreases. Finally, it attained the value 0 after some instant of time, like t is equal to infinity. Capacitor tend to become open switch. So as it acts as open switch, what is the final value of current? Current in the circuit will become 0. This is how variation of current takes place in case of a capacitor. So first one is charge, next one is current in the capacitor, next voltage dropped across the capacitor. As I already told you, voltage across the capacitor initially is 0 because voltage across the capacitor is equal to Q of t divided by C. So across the capacitor, the graph will be as it is like Q of t, but with small change in the value of voltage, right? So Q of t graph, however we get, same graph you will be getting in case of capacitor also. That is VC also gives you the same graph because VC is dependent upon Q of t. Q of t we have got this graph, right? Increasing with respect to time. Therefore, capacitor voltage also increases with respect to time, and after one relaxation time t is equal to tau, it is been increased to 63% of the final value. That is after one relaxation time. Next, current in the capacitor, after one relaxation time, it get decreased to 0.37 I naught. That is 37% is left over there. Next, last one is voltage across the resistor. What happens to voltage across the resistor? If voltage across the capacitor increases, voltage across the resistor should decrease. After one relaxation time, it decreases to 37% of the total voltage of the battery. And at a time t is equal to infinity, voltage across the resistor become 0, right? These are the graphs plotted for charge on the capacitor, current on the capacitor, voltage on the capacitor, and voltage across the resistor with respect to time. Yeah, students, let us now see the comparison of charge and current in the RC circuit at different times. At a time t is equal to 0, what is charge on the capacitor? Charge on the capacitor is equal to 0. Current on the capacitor is maximum, that is I0. And at any particular instant of time t is equal to tau ln 2, this is natural logarithm of 2. At this particular value, charge will be half of the final, current will be half of the final. Okay. Next, at time t is equal to tau, charge will be increased to 63% of the initial, current is decreased to 37% of maximum current. Next, at time t is equal to infinity, charge is maximum, that is Q naught, and current is equal to 0, right? So when switch is being closed, you need to remember that the capacitor is half charged. The capacitor is half charged at a time t is equal to tau log 2, right? So at this particular time, the capacitor is half charged. So it is natural logarithm of 2. So at this particular time, the capacitor is half charged. Remember this. Students, so far we have learnt about charging of a capacitor. Now let us see discharging of a capacitor. That means once the capacitor is being fully charged, what you need to do, it acts as open switch. Therefore, even though if you are connecting battery, it is useless. Therefore, I'll remove the battery now and I will join that with a tap key or with a switch. So what I am doing, I am replacing the battery and I am just short circuiting it. Short circuiting mean you are connecting it with a wire. There is no battery here. Remember that, no battery. As there is no battery here, what you need to do, you need to switch on the tap key. Now what would happen? Already capacitor has a potential of VC. So the capacitor has some potential difference and that is connected to a resistor in the series. Therefore, this resistor will be offering some potential difference by the capacitor. As a result, the voltage across the capacitor get decreased and voltage across this resistor goes on increases, vice versa. So therefore, here resistor is being connected to this capacitor. Capacitor act as battery for the resistor, and as a result, voltage across this capacitor gets decreased, and as the voltage is being decreased, charge on the capacitor will be decreased, current flow in the circuit. That's what discharging of a capacitor takes place when you are connecting capacitor, fully charged capacitor with a resistor. Okay. Now, what is happening to charge here? Charge on capacitor decreases. At a time t is equal to 0, Q on capacitor is equal to Q naught. This is maximum. So initially the capacitor is fully charged. After time t is equal to infinite, that means at steady state, capacitor charge tend to become 0, completely discharged. It is completely discharged. Capacitor is being fully discharged. Now you can use KVL for this. Just write down KVL here. So I'll be taking KVL. So for that you can write down the equation by Kirchhoff voltage law. voltage supplied by the capacitor will be equal to voltage dropped across the resistor, because there are only two components here. There are no other components. One capacitor, one resistor. Voltage is supplied by the capacitor. Voltage is dropped across the resistor. So simply I will write it as Q by C. That is total voltage supplied by the capacitor. It is Q naught divided by C. That should be definitely equal to IR, where I is current and current in the circuit and R is resistance, right? Now what is happening to charge on this capacitor? It is decreasing. So I should represent that decrease with one negative sign. The negative sign is because charge is being decreased. What is I written as? I is equal to dq divided by dt into R. Okay, just modify these equations and go for integration. Integration 0 to t. It is dt divided by CR is equal to integration dq divided by q. Initial charge is q naught. Final charge is equal to q of t. That means you are finding charge after some instant of time, that I am representing it with q of t. If you evaluate this integration, finally you will be getting answer as q of t is equal to q naught into e power minus t divided by CR. This is the final expression for charge across the circuit or across the capacitor, right? That is the final value. Now, very important equation. Just the difference is, in the previous case, in case of charging, you have got q naught into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, right? This is in case of charging. Whereas in case of discharging, this 1 minus is not present. 1 minus is not there. Remaining everything is q naught into e power minus t by tau. That's for your simplicity to remember. I am telling you this. So we have got q of t is equal to q naught into e power minus t by CR. Now let us write down at t is equal to 0, what would happen? First, let me write down equations for velocity and voltage and as well as current also. Now you can write voltage across the capacitor V of C is equal to q of t divided by C. So simply you will be getting here as V naught into e power minus t by tau, where tau is equal to CR as it is I am writing. That is voltage across the capacitor. I want to find out current at any instant of time. This gives you d by dt of q of t. So differentiating that, you will be getting current as I naught into e power minus t by tau. So we have got charge, voltage across the capacitor and current in the circuit. We have got all these three values. You can now substitute t is equal to 0 at any instant of time. Like at t is equal to 0, what do you get? Q of t. Q of t, e power 0 will be equal to 1. Q of t will be equal to q naught. This is maximum. Next, at t is equal to 0, what is V of t? Voltage across the capacitor, that will be V naught into e power minus t by tau. That will be V naught. It is maximum. Voltage across the capacitor is maximum. What about I of t? I of t will be equal to I naught. Current is e power 0. That is t will be equal to 0. E power 0 will be equal to 1. So it will be I naught. That is maximum. Right? That is at time t is equal to 0. Now let us take at the time t is equal to infinity. What would happen? At the time t is equal to infinity, what would happen? Check it up. Q of infinity is equal to q naught into e power minus infinity. That is, something by infinity becomes 0. Therefore, it becomes 0. And what about voltage across the capacitor? That also becomes 0. Voltage is decreased to 0. What about current in the circuit? Current in the circuit is also finally tending to 0. This is what discharging of a capacitor represent. Clear? So all the values, charge decreases, potential difference decreases, current also decreases in the circuit. Okay. Now remember that at a time t is equal to 0, capacitor act as open switch and at a time t is equal to infinity, capacitor act as wire. Remember that in case of discharging, when the capacitor is discharged, when capacitor is discharging, what would happen? Q initial is equal to maximum, right? Therefore, it acts as open switch. Now, when you switch on this tap key, like initially it acts as open switch, but as time pass on, it acts as a wire. Capacitor acts as a wire. Remember that. Q will be equal to 0. So charge on it will be completely equal to 0. So therefore, it can be acting as a wire after some infinite amount of time. However, discharging we will not be bothering in most of the problems. We will be dealing with charging of a capacitor, because in most of the problems you will be connecting a resistor, capacitor, and there will be few batteries over there. You need to go for charging of a capacitor. And remember, in case of discharging, only one graph in common you will be getting, and that graph will be like this. You can take any parameter on x-axis, it will be definitely time. On y-axis, you may take any parameter. It may be charge, or it may be voltage, or it may be current. Initially, all of them are maximum, right? So what would happen? So let us take Q of t here. So with respect to time, initially at time t is equal to 0, charge is maximum. What would happen as time pass on? It will be decreased. Finally, it tend to become 0. Clear? So this decreases, and it is exponential decrease. And remember, in case of charging, it is exponential increase. In case of discharge, it is exponential decrease. Charge decreases exponentially, voltage decreases exponentially, current also decreases exponentially with respect to time. At time t is equal to 0, the capacitor is fully charged, and after time t is equal to infinity, capacitor is being completely discharged. Therefore, charge, current, and voltage, everything in the circuit will become 0. As we have already discussed, during discharge, all graphs you will be getting the same way. Charge decreases from the final value exponentially to 0. Current decreases from the final value to 0. And voltage also decreases to 0. Voltage across the resistor also decreases to 0. So all graphs are similar in case of discharge. Students, in this particular slide, we will be learning how to handle with problems based on charging and discharging of the capacitors. So for example, you may be given a circuit like this. In this you have battery connected, capacitor, and as well as resistor. When you switch on the tap key, what would happen? At a time t is equal to 0, that is initial state, what happens to this capacitor? Capacitor act as short circuited, or it can act as a wire. Therefore, what you will do? You will replace the capacitor with a wire. Just I am replacing the capacitor with a wire. What is left over here? Only resistor is there. Current in the circuit will be equal to E divided by R. That is current in the circuit. So at time t is equal to 0, capacitor should be replaced with a wire, and you can find out the whatever the values are being asked in the problem. Next, similarly, if at all after some instant, after some time, like at steady state, what would happen? This capacitor act as open switch. As it is acting as open switch, you should replace this with open switch. Like this capacitor act as open switch, so you can redraw the circuit like this. Here is battery, and this is open switch. So what would happen to current? Current in the circuit will become 0, right? These 2 points you need to remember when you are solving problems based on charging and discharging of the capacitor. initially capacitor act as wire. You can find out all parameters by considering that as a wire. It becomes very simple circuit. And the final state, that means at steady state, you will just consider this capacitor as open switch and you will be finding out current however will become 0, right? In meanwhile, in between t is equal to infinity and t is equal to 0, that means at a time t is equal to some value, at time t is equal to some value, you cannot replace the capacitor with wire or you cannot replace it with open switch. Okay, therefore at time t is equal to 0, we will be using the equations q of t and I of t. But whereas at time t is equal to 0, you'll use this concept. At final stage, you'll use this concept. At any instant of time, you will be using these equations to solve the problem. You are supposed to find out charge on the capacitor and as well as current in the circuit just after switch is closed. If switch is just closed, what would happen? You can replace this with a wire, right? If you replace this with wire, what is current in the circuit? I is equal to V divided by R, that is 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5 ampere. Current in the circuit is 5 ampere at time t is equal to 0. Next, what about Q? Q will be equal to 0 on capacitor. This is at time t is equal to 0. That is initially answer for the first one, A. Next answer for the B. After a long time when switch was closed, what are the values? So t is equal to infinity, I is equal to 0. Current in the circuit tends to become 0 because this should be replaced with open switch. And what about charge? Q is equal to C into V naught. What is C? 3 farad into V, that is 10 coulomb is the charge on the capacitor. So Q final will be equal to 30 coulomb. That is the final value. Current is 0, charge is 30 coulomb. Next, just after closing the switch. Okay, this is same, right? Okay, so like this, whenever you are being asked questions in this way, with a capacitor connected with battery and a resistor in series, you need to use this concept.